Today on Artist Arms, we're reviewing the Vertx Ready Pack. This is an EDC and conceal carry backpack, and we're going to be going through all the features that it has to offer. So stick around. Vertx is not sponsoring this video, and I purchased this backpack with my own money, just so you know. So this is the Ready Pack from Vertx, and at least as of the filming of this episode, it retails somewhere around $180. It's a 20-liter backpack, and it comes in green, black, and red. So with a concealed carry bag or like an EDC pack like this, I think one of the big questions is always, how gray man is this pack? Now, for those of you who don't know, when I say gray man, I'm just referring to someone who really knows how to blend into a crowd, someone who doesn't draw any attention to themselves. That is a gray man. So on the gray man scale, I would give this pack probably an 8.5 out of 10, which I think is really, really good. Like, I think they did a good job designing this pack to not draw attention to itself. It doesn't scream tactical. It doesn't have a bunch of webbing on the outside of the pack. And there's really only a few things that I think could be changed to make it even more nondescript. And they're really small gripes. Like, the only things I would really change about this is I would remove this waist strap right here, because that kind of screams something a bit more heavy duty than a standard backpack. And I would just remove the Vertx logo in the front. But I know they're Vertx. They want to show off what they're doing, and they're doing good stuff, so I can't really blame them there. But those are some of the only things that I'd really change about it to make this backpack blend in even more. So before we jump into all the features on this pack, I do want to break down the terms. So I keep saying EDC, and for those of you who don't know, that means everyday carry. So typically EDC items would be things like a pen, a pocket knife, a flashlight, or if you're conceal carrying, it would be a gun. So let's dive into this bag. Before we go through everything that I've got in my backpack, I just want to ask you guys for a little grace. I know that there's going to be a lot of people online who are going to have questions and opinions about everything I'm carrying with me. So you guys know, for a little context, I use this backpack just as an everyday carry and a conceal carry. And because there is some extra room, I just threw some extra stuff in there that would be more like a get-home bag. But this isn't meant to take the place of something more serious. So if you see something that's missing from this bag, that's why. So on this bag, first thing, we've got these two compartments for water bottles on either side, and you've actually got some straps to tighten them, which is pretty nice. So if you've got something that's a little thinner and you just don't want that to fall out, you can really secure that. And these are really durable too, which is nice. I realize that this bag looks pretty brand new, but I'm actually not very gentle on this bag at all, and it's held up really, really well. So the construction and durability on it so far has been great. If we get into the pockets, we've got a small pocket on the back here. We've got a larger pocket here, and then we have two main compartments, and then our EDC compartment that we'll get to last. In my small compartment here, I have Band-Aids, so many Band-Aids, and blister care. Dry bag, Life Straw, Sour Patch, tissues, poncho, jacket, GPS, liquid IVs, dude wipes, some extra food, emergency blanket, lens wipes, fire starting material, water purification tablets, Silcock key, travel toothpaste, and some coffee. So as you can see, guys, that's actually a lot of stuff, and that fits all really nicely just into this compartment on the outside. I haven't even gotten to the main stuff, and all of this fits into my backpack just fine. And this is not a giant backpack. I said at the beginning it's 20 liters, which is not huge. This really doesn't look like a big backpack when you're carrying it around, which I really like, because it manages to hold all of this stuff and a lot more. So let's keep going. So once we get to the main compartments here, on this compartment, we have some nice MOLLE webbing and Velcro in here. So there's a lot that you can do in here to customize how you want the pack laid out. So in here, I've got my Baofeng or Bufang, depending on how you like it. Antenna, state map for Michigan, where we live. And I have a blackout bag by Go Dark. It's a Faraday bag. If you don't know what that is, go look it up. You might want one. Now I will say, if you're planning through how you might set up this pack, this compartment here is pretty thin. And so you've got a lot of height, but it's not gonna pack out really deep. That being said though, it's got a lot of nice customization that you can do. And as you can see, we've got a nice collection of stuff that all fit in just the smaller compartments of this backpack. We haven't gotten to the big ones yet. All right, in the main compartment here of this backpack, we've got, this actually came with the pack. This is it's a Velcro panel with some bungees on here. And I've got an EDC flashlight. And then in here, I don't have it in here at the moment, but I have a 16-inch laptop and it fits into this pocket just fine, which is great because I don't even think that they advertise holding a computer that big, but mine works just great. And I've been really happy with it. So in there, behind where I have my computer, I've got a list of all my radio frequencies and a map of all of their ranges in case I need to use my ham radio. I have a spare line kit. I have a poncho, an extra pair of wool socks, charger for the laptop. I've got my writing utensils. I've got my Write in the Rain, a couple pens, headphones, and that's it for the main compartment. So as you guys can see, there is just a ton that you can fit in this backpack because I've still got some free room in this main compartment and I can put my computer in there as well. And that's not even touching any of the EDC or conceal carry aspects of this pack. So I'm gonna clear all this stuff off and then we're gonna jump into the EDC panel. This is a whole lot of shit. Yeah. So now we get to the fun stuff here with this backpack. So the EDC panel is accessed right here. And one thing that's really cool is so they've got this large kind of pull tab that you can put onto the zipper. So you can move this. If you decide, like if you're left-handed or something, you wanna switch it to this side and put it over here on this part of the zipper, you can do that. And so you can really customize how you can access the EDC panel. And because this is big, like you're gonna be able to grab that really quickly. There's gonna be zero confusion because, you know, likelihood is if you really had to get to this quick, your adrenaline's gonna be going. You don't wanna be fumbling with your fingers trying to get these regular size tabs to open it up. And so I realize that for some of you, you're gonna see this and be like, this looks weird, this draws some attention to it. I get that, but I think it's probably worth the cost. Another thing that I will say has been really nice about this EDC panel is with this padding here, it's actually really comfortable because there is a decent amount of weight. Like it's pretty dense for how small this pack is with all the stuff that I've got in it. And I've found that it's always been very comfortable with me. Like I can't feel a bunch of stuff pressing into my back or anything like that. So Vertx did a really good job with the design there. Okay, so here is the EDC panel. So I've got my conceal carry in here, which has no mag in the mag well, nothing in the chamber, just so you guys know. And I've got it nicely mounted in here with, this is another Vertx product. This is the Tactigami system. So if you look up Tactigami, you're gonna find these. They've got a bunch of different options depending on the size of handgun you're using and also different accessories. So you can fit like a multi-tool in here or a spare mag like I've got going on. And then these other strips that I have, these were just like no-name brand kind of things that I got off Amazon to put different accessories in. So in here, I've got a Sharpie, I've got another little pen light, I've got a folding knife, I've got a Leatherman here, I've got a lockpick set here, a glow stick, and another spare pen. And so you can see that there's a ton of real estate here. So you can actually put a lot into this pack and you can really customize it to your needs, which I really like that because it's just great. Like this is a lot of hardware in here, and when it's against my back, I'm not feeling that. But at the same time, it's something where because of this bag's design, like if you pull the bag off, you're right there and can access everything that you need, which is great. Now, one of the notes I will say, just from my own use of this bag, just to keep in mind if you were gonna purchase this and be setting this up, is you have to think through what you would want in a panel if you have a handgun in there, because you don't wanna have to open up a panel where you're exposing a gun just to get something that you wanna access all the time. So I would recommend making sure that, like, if it's something you know you're gonna be accessing on a daily basis and you wanna keep that gun more concealed, put it in one of the other compartments. That's just a smarter way to do it, and just plan that whatever's gonna be in this EDC panel is really more emergency use or something where you can open that up in a more concealed private environment. So the big question is this pack worth the price? I'm gonna say yes. So far, I've been using this for I think about 5 months now, and it's really held up, and it's performed in every way that I need. And like we talked about at the beginning, it's a very nondescript backpack. Like, I don't have anyone looking at this backpack and saying anything about it, which is actually what I want. Like, I don't want people looking at it and being like, that's an ugly backpack. I don't want people looking at it and being like, that's a cool backpack. I want people to never think about this backpack. And so far, that's really been the case, which is just, it's perfect for what you want it to be. I think Vertx did a really good job with the design on this. I really appreciate how nondescript it is. I appreciate how comfortable it is for how much I can be carrying in it. And it's just worked out really well for me so far. So this is definitely an EDC pack that I would recommend if you're looking to get into that.